We are making wood art today. So we're going to use this 2x4 sheet of Lauan plywood, which is 3-ply. It's very thin. It's not used for many things, but it's inexpensive and it takes a stain. So we're going to cut it in half, cut our shapes out, stain the background, cut these out, glue them in place, and then frame it together. So half of 48 inches is 24 inches, which is 2 feet. Press firmly and then make the mark. Boom. We'll use a table saw. You can use a circular saw to cut this. Anything that cuts straight. You could even use a jigsaw. Jigsaws move a little more. So it'd be tougher keeping a straight line, but this is what we have, so we're going to use it. But circular saw would do the same thing fine. What did I say, 2 feet? Keep your, oh, see? I must have screwed it up again. Oh. Don't let them see that. I like this one. As soon as I saw it, we're going with that. That'll be our face. We're gonna cut our shapes out of this. You know what? I might have to grab gloves for this. Where do they put gloves? I don't really feel like looking, so we're just gonna go. Oh, be careful. Yeah, I'm into that already. That's fantastic. Also, might be a good idea to wear a mask so I can smell this. Well, we're in a pretty open space, so we're probably okay, but like if you're doing this in like your small garage, I would say probably don't. Like, I mean, you're probably gonna be fine, but the last thing you wanna do is, you know, get like some sort of like fume disease, I don't know. So it's not perfect, I wouldn't worry about it. That's up to you. This is my preference. Do not let the stain dry before wiping excess. Second coat can be applied after 2 hours. Yeah, we might wait. But actually, no, we're not going to do a second coat because this is enough. So never mind on that. All right, that's done. We'll put that away. I think this is Matt's rag. Sorry, Matt, we're using your rag. Nope, can't go. It's gonna rip it in half. Not gonna happen. All right, we'll use a corner. But now the grain, you can see it there. And there, and just all the corners. And see with Lauan, you do get these little imperfections of, they call them blowouts in the industry, but they're just where the Lauan keeps peeling back from the boards. So here's our leftover piece that we're gonna use for our shapes. The best way we figured to do this is I'm gonna mark the middle of this board somewhere, and then we're gonna use the bottom of the board, which is the one closest to me. That's gonna be the bottom of this. So all these keep in a straight line, which is why this is probably so attractive, is because it's straight line, you know, straight lines. So that'll be our bottom, and then we're gonna come up. And I think with all these shapes, if we start with that, we can figure this out. So what are we, 23 3/4. So what's that? That's 11 3/8. Is that right? Yeah. So we're gonna say that's our top of our mountain. Well, then we gotta think, we also need space. So look at this picture again. We've got a gap here and a gap here. So really, I'm gonna try to match this up by eyeballing it, but it's a mountain. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as there's a peak. It's like a teepee. That's pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. My slopes are a little bit, You know what the beauty is of this? Is it's just pencil. We can go again. Okay, so now we got to cut this.
What are you doing again?
We were going to use the bandsaw, but I'm not trained for the bandsaw. That one. So he said, hey, use the chop saw. But this chop saw has an arm that, like, it's like a robot, right? Look at that. Boom. So it comes right out. So what I'm doing now is I never liked math, so I'm lining up my angles just based on feel. Because like I said, it's a mountain. It doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm just gonna roll with this right now because that looks good. Oh, see, look at that. So we're pretty good. Where the angle is a little bit off, but you know what? That still works, so that's cool. Imperfections aside, that's pretty close. Okay, now I gotta think of how to cut these out again. Guess I could use the chop saw again. Yeah. We're just gonna split it in half so I can make these cuts. You see, that's how thin Lauan is.
How do we cut these pieces out?
we cut them out the safe way. I want to zoom in on this. So Lauan plywood has got 3 plies. You've got your top ply, your bottom ply, and your middle ply. Your middle ply is the structural integrity of the board. The rest of it is just thinly sliced wood to show the grain, which is why it works great for this. But if you sand a certain level through, you'll start to get these rings, like this little dark brown ring. That is sanding through your ply into the middle layer, which you don't want to do, which will work for this. It's a little, imperfection, but just so you know what you're dealing with, that's what it is. So when you cut this, we're going 23 right to the edge of the wood. So when you cut the 45s, they've got to go in this way, right? So you're gonna have one like that, and one that goes like that. But that 23, always 23 3/4, always make sure it's on the outside. Here's the inside of the cut, because if I were to measure this and it was here, and it wouldn't work. So you just pay attention to what you're doing, and you'll see as we go along.
Curry sets, fires, puts it up, bang! Steph Curry from way downtown.
Then we're back. But we're gonna glue the frame down, each of these pieces, and then we're gonna glue all of this into place as soon as we're done gluing the frame in. So, because that's your most important thing, is get the frame in. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to grab a rag to clean this up because this is gonna spill out. A wet rag will clean up glue right after you set. So watch, if I set this and I squeeze it down, ooh, no glue loss. Not even on the outside. Oh my God. This glue takes about half an hour to dry, so we should be good fairly quickly. We can wrap this project up one day or and actually what we can do is use this piece of scrap wood to bump these up to make sure they're all flat with each other. You can do any sort of glue pattern you want. It's glue. Just put stuff on top of it. We're done. We out of here. We're out. We're going this way. This turned out way better than I thought it would.